Hello everyone, welcome back to Straight to the Point. I am Swati Thakur. Today we are talking about GST, the goods and service tax. Now I know taxes don't sound exciting, but this one matters because whether you are buying toothpaste, a TV or even medicines, GST decides how much extra you pay. And now the government has announced a major overhaul. GST has been simplified into just two slabs, 5% and 18%. The government says this is great news. The opposition says if this was possible now, why did people suffer for 8 long years? So let's cut the noise and break it down. What's the government side and what's the opposition counter, and where does the truth lie? Okay, let's start with the government version. The finance minister says GST is now simple and fair. Two slabs only, 5% for essentials, 18% for most other goods. And here's how it looks for us. Household items like soaps, toothpaste, bread, 5% or sometimes 0. Medicines and life-saving drugs down from 12% to 5% or nil. Two-wheelers, small cars, TVs, ACs, cement cut from 28% to 18%. Farm machinery and irrigation equipments 12% to 5%. And the luxury or harmful goods, tobacco, pan masala, aerated drinks up to 40%. The logic is simple. When goods get cheaper, people spend more. More spending, higher demand. Industries produce more, jobs are created, people earn more, and the cycle continues. That's the virtuous cycle of demand the government is betting on. Now let's hear the opposition, and their argument is pretty sharp. They are asking if toothpaste at 5% GST is good today, why wasn't it good for the last 8 years? Why were people paying 28% on TV and cement all this time? Congress reminds us that in 2016 itself they had demanded an 18% GST cap, not a random number. It came from the government's own chief economic advisor's report. But back then, the BJP government said revenue loss will be too high. So what did they do? They introduced 28%, 18% and 12% and 5% and collected as much as possible. Here are the numbers. In 2017 and 18, the first GST year, the government collected about 11 lakh crore. By 2024-2025, that figure doubled to 22 lakh crore. The opposition says this was money squeezed out of ordinary people. That's why the leader of opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, nicknamed GST as the Gabbar Singh tax. And because GST is an indirect tax, it doesn't care if you are poor or rich. A billionaire and a daily wage worker both pay 18% on soap. That's why critics say it's regressive, it hits the poor harder. So let's come to the next part. What is the opposition demanding today? Eventually, a single GST rate, simple and fair. Rewrite the laws in plain language, not legal jargon. Easy form, less paperwork, so small traders don't need expensive accountants. And most importantly, full compensation for states if revenue drops. The point is, BJP shouldn't celebrate this reform as a grand achievement. Instead, they should apologize for making people pay high GST for 8 years before doing what was suggested in 2016. And now comes the twist, Trump's tariff. Here's the wrinkle that no one can ignore. Just few weeks ago, American President Trump's 50% tariff on Indian goods came into effect. That move was body blow to India's exports, textiles, jewelry, shrimps and machinery all badly hit. Analysts believe that's exactly why the government rushed to cut GST rates. Think about it. When exports collapse, one way to cushion the economy is to boost demand at home. Make goods cheaper, let Indians buy more and try to keep industries afloat through domestic consumption. The government insists this reform was long in the making, but the timing right after the tariff shock makes it hard to see this as pure coincidence. So in a way, the GST cuts are not just about simplification. They are also a firefighting measure against a crisis created by the tariff war. So, where does this leave us? One side, the government says GST is now simpler, cheaper, and it will boost growth. On the other side, the opposition says good step but way too late and people have already suffered. The truth probably is somewhere in the middle. Yes, lower GST will help, it leaves more money in your pocket. But let's be honest, no one is going to buy 3 extra tubes of toothpaste just because they are cheaper. What actually happens is you spend that saved money elsewhere, maybe dinners, travel or gym. And that's how the economy grows. At the same time, it's undeniable that GST was messy, confusing and heavy for small businesses. Keeping rates high for so long did hurt consumption. And now, add the Trump tariff shock into the mix. And these reforms suddenly look less like a masterstroke and more like a damage control. So you tell me, what do you think? Is this GST reform a genuine step forward or just the government scrambling after Trump's tariff blow? Tell me in the comment section. If you found this breakdown useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Straight to the Point. Until next time, stay informed, stay sharp, see you soon.